take your mind off making profit. Love the animals. And before you know it, money will be coming. People in the environment, they want to do naming ceremony, they want to do anything, they all come. I want goat, I want this, Boa goat, or those Kalahari. Then you have to get this foreign vaccine because they are used to those vaccines. So if you don't give them here, you are going to lose them.
On this day, we paid a visit to someone many of you enjoyed watching the last time, the lawyer who turned his backyard into a livestock farm after his kidnap. So in this video, he's back to inspire and educate, especially you that has been thinking of starting a livestock farming business but don't know how or where to begin. Maybe you've been searching for direction or just need someone experienced to guide you through the journey. If that sounds like you, then this video was meant for you. We talked about what it really takes to start, the cost involved, the secret to turning a successful animal farm in Nigeria today, even in the face of challenges. Now let me just say, there is something in this video you definitely not want to miss. Let's just say if you're serious about livestock farming in 2025, there's a surprise waiting for you from him. So let's get straight into it. So welcome back again to our channel. So for the new subscribers who don't know you, I'd like you to introduce yourself, please.
My name is Tunde of I'm the manager and owner of PastureGate Farms. We are basically into cattle farming, goat farming, piggery. Basically that's what we do. We are into crop also, planting.
I want to know the cost of starting a livestock business like this, livestock farming like this.
It's one, I would advise anyone going into livestock production in Nigeria and presently that if as a beginner, you don't have to go for the exotic breeds because they are very expensive, and if you should lose one, basically averagely you can get one for 4 million per one, maybe the Boa goat, the Kalahari, or which other one, the Savannah. Those are the three major foreign breeds brought into Nigeria. So they are very expensive. So what I would advise if you are going into it is better you get the local goats that can easily adapt to our environment. One, we have the West African dwarf goats and also the Sokoto Red. So basically those are the ones, they are not that expensive, but due to the value, the depreciation and the value of the Naira, it's very expensive, a little bit expensive. So if you want to start, at least you will need like two female goats and one male to start with. And to get the cost of that, roughly, to get a good female goat, you must have about 60,000 naira. Yes, and for the male, it depends on what you have to look out for, because you just don't buy. Once you are buying the local, you look at the one that is very long. You look at the length of the goat that is very long. That means he has the opportunity to have multiple births, and they always give birth twice a year. If he has multiple, for example, now if you buy a goat, before you know it, if you buy 2 goats in a year, you should have additional 4. Because let's say, or for the first timer, but the next birth they are going to give birth to, you could have twins. So roughly in a year you could have, that is 6 in a year from that 2 goats that you started with. And also another important thing is that they can easily adapt. You won't spend much in their medication. And for the feeding, though in our farm we do zero grazing, all our food formulas which we have, we feed them, and they also take grass in the evening. So, but if you don't have such, just look for a virgin land. You can put rope to their neck, let them graze, because the best food for goats is grass. It's grass. And there is no any other thing. We are only trying, but grass is their major food, and that's why we have various form of grass now. They have this brachiaria grass from Brazil and some other species, which you can, if you have a parcel of land, you can plant them even before you buy your goat. Ensure you have what they're going to feed them with. Once they eat properly, then to multiply is very simple. So basically, if each costs like 120, roughly, if you have about 300,000, you're able to start now. Due to the value of the naira. In the past, we always buy all these goats for maybe 10,000, 15,000. Yes, but things have changed. You can get a mother goat now for about even 100 plus. Depends on the quality of the goat. But averagely, 60,000 per one.
So what about their vaccines?
I normally, for example, in Lagos, we are based in Lagos here. Most vets, they don't have those vaccines, so you have to get across to the north, at times to Jos, Vaughan. So they call one pox vaccine. We also have the PPR vaccine also for cold, because of the cold weather. We've done that this morning. We do it quarterly, so that they don't have catarrh and some other things. And you must ensure also, once you have a set of stable goats, you can't just go and buy any goat from anywhere and bring it into your farm. You have to quarantine for like 21 days. So you be sure that they've not brought in any disease. And if they show any symptoms, you treat those symptoms before they can come into your major herd. So basically that's it.
So would you advise someone to get a backyard, to use their backyard, or farming, or better to get a land?
If you are starting, it's better it's under your PV so that you can know what is happening. You can know what is happening. At times, because most of the time I spend my time here very early in the morning before 6, I'm here. We do the cleaning up, we feed, and we look at their movement to see if they have any illness or anything that I have to treat immediately. So if they are within your vicinity, you can easily monitor and know what is going on. But now with technology, even if you have a farm far off, there is technology, there are cameras that you can easily use to monitor what is going on. But the best, if you are starting off, it's better you use maybe your backyard or any piece of land very close to you, so that you can monitor and see what is going on. By the time they increase in number, maybe 20, then you have to get a piece of land.
So can you list the vaccines that is rams and then livestock you need?
Let me start from here. There is PPR. I also have the POS vaccine. Those are the ones that we get here easily. And if you don't here in Nigeria, most of them you bring them from abroad down here. But those are the two major ones that is important. But once you have a Boer goat or those Kalahari, then you have to get this foreign vaccine because they are used to those vaccines. So if you don't give them here, you are going to lose them. So those are the two key ones. As regards goats, let me confirm as regards goats.
Sir, please, can you explain the concept of natural synchronization and if you practice it earlier?
To some extent, we do. What you do if you want to synchronize the female, you have to put them together and remove the male. The male, the e-goat, you remove it from the herd. So for a wife for like a month. So they will all come on it on the first month because every 21 days they come on it. You allow the heat to grow. So the next 21 days, you then introduce the Boer or the male goat, e-goat into the herd. All of the females will come on it naturally. Once the male is there, once they hear the odor, they all come on it. So they are going to mate, it's going to mate all the females. So they are going to, in 5 months' time, they will all give birth on the same day. Yeah, so that you can have time to treat all the kids that you get together. Not that they give birth to one today, so whatever, so you can monitor them, give them the required warmth.
How many do they give birth to?
It depends. At first, for a starter, 1. But at times, some starters give birth to 2. Then it goes back to 1, then 2, 3, 4. As they are getting older, the multiplication comes when it comes to West African dwarf goats. Some give birth up to 5 at once. That's why it's really good business. The value. If you have 2 goats, before you know it, even you cannot count it. There will be more than 20 or 30. But it's good to have more so that to meet, because there are costs attached. With time, you will engage people and you have to pay them. So the volume is volume driven. If you have more goats, even you cannot meet the demand. I cannot even meet the demand myself. I only tried goats, and basically I was doing sheep before. But someone said, I just tried goat. I started with about, I think, 5, and I have over 52 now. Just within a year, I have 52 in number, and they are still growing. And at times I want to sell just to bring down the cost of feeding, since it's zero grazing. They don't go out. And so basically that's it. It's very profitable. But the first thing that you need the passion. Don't look at the financial benefits. If you look at that, you won't be successful. You must have that passion, love for animals. Because I've been doing things when I was a little boy. I've been having animals. Now I have money, so I could buy those animals, and that is a form of relaxation for me. Once I leave, I come among my animals, I just relax, and nothing. Your BP will vanish. It's a form of treatment for me. So if the passion is not there, most people, you can't just wake up 5 o'clock or 6 and I will go back by 2 o'clock. I'm here again until about 6, 7. So it's a full-time job for me. It's my passion, it's like an hobby, but it has now turned into a real profession for me.
So what are the challenges someone who is starting should know? The challenges?
One, you must have someone that will mentor you. It's very key. So that gradually, if you have 1 or 2 animals, that's why I said don't go for exotic breeds. You get this local breed, they are very hardy. So they will easily adapt. They don't fall sick. Those local West African dwarf, they just love going about. Give them their cassava peels, give them grass. That is a major thing. Before you know it, they'll be very fat and shiny. But here we also give them anti-stress because they are not moving about. I give them anti-stress, we give them their vaccination, and we give them multivitamins, and we deworm them regularly. So, and they are doing well. We know the issue of mortality rate is very low here because I'm doing it myself. I'm always on ground. If you are an absentee farmer, you are going to suffer loss. Your animals will be stolen. But if you are on ground, basically you are going to benefit from them. And it's worldwide. There is nothing. That's the next level. If you go to Argentina, go to some other South American countries, that's what they are doing. So we also should key into it. And most of our rich men in Nigeria, name it, the president of this country, they are all into farming. If there is nothing there, they won't be into farming.
So you need someone who's just starting and not put someone in charge?
Issue of trust and integrity, it's a major problem across Nigeria. You cannot trust anyone. What they will do when you are there is different what they will do if you are not there. You cannot be sure that they will come because all these things is timely. If this animal eats 8 o'clock, 8 is 8. But most of the time they will come 8, they will resume 9, they will come. But me, I have to be here 6. I will be here because it's my money that is at stake. I'll be here. But those working for you, you only pray for God to touch their heart and committed to the job. That's just it. And it's a general thing. In my cattle farm, I've been facing personnel issues. They will sell your animals. Even when you put air tags, they cut it off and they will run away. They start chasing. So the issue of personnel is one of the major problems we have.
So how do you manage theft in your farm? How should they manage theft?
Theft, wherever you regard as your farm, your backyard, you believe that it's fenced. You can't allow the animals to be roaming about. If they roam about, they will be stolen. So they must be within a confined environment. Once they are within a confined environment, then the next thing, your worker. If your worker is not a kid, you try to look at it. And when you want to engage somebody, ensure that it's somebody that knows somebody that will recommend them. So that if you have issues with them, you can easily trace them. But they don't have any rope or any strings to pull, then they will just disappear into the thin air. So you can't just pick anybody on the road to come and work for you. You must get somebody on a recommendation of somebody that is being known for his integrity. Because somebody that has integrity will also give you someone that has integrity. Yeah, so basically that's what we do. And also, no matter how you are feeding these kids, you have to give them the grass to eat. It makes their women to turn. No, it's not. We have moringa there. That's, if you look at the moringa, I also planted it because of them. I really just a wild. You know, they are browsers. Anything that grows that they can climb. So, but I discovered that they love it. So they are browsers. So most of the time.
To their health, whatever.
No. It helps them. Even they enjoy it, so that whatever mixed food that we've given them to allow their rumen to turn, so that they will not have constipation. And so grass is very key. That's the evening now we have to go and cut grass outside and we bring for them. So basically that's what that guy is helping me with, apart from cleaning this place in the morning. So we also give them grass. So it's a very simple thing. It's not, if you have love, passion for it, then it's very easy. And before you know it, money will be coming. People in the environment, they want to do naming ceremony, they want to do anything, they all come. I want goat, I want this. People want to do this little party, they want local. So the market is there. So I think it's a big market for everybody to key into. Very good.
So do you run any type of training for starters?
For now I don't, but I mentor a lot of people. You know, some people, they want to make money, they will say they are doing programs, but I do it free. If you come to me and I know that you are interested, I do it free. There's no, if you come, if an individual should come or group of people, I'm ready to take them through. So I think it's my own contribution to the society, so not making money from it. We have various platforms which I belong to, and I give advice even on their medication. You will ask me whether I'm a lawyer, but I've developed interest, I've made enough research, so I know how to treat, I can inject, and I know the various medication. But at times, once a year, we bring in a vet doctor to help us have a general overview of what we're doing here. And they will recommend. Once you feed them well, you might not need to inject them. Feeding is key. Once they eat well, you might not have to inject them.
What's the cost of feeding them presently? Compared to when you guys started?
Initially, for example, beans shaft, we buy, the bag is about 8,000 naira. Today is 18,000 per bag. The guinea corn shaft is 6,500. In the past, it was about 300 naira. The wheat farm, a bag is about 15,000, 18,000. In the past, it's about 1,500. So that's just the cost. And transportation cost also, they bring them from the north, they are going to also build it into it because of the fuel price. So basically the price has gone up and the value of animal also has appreciated. So that's it. You are going to, I always tell people, there is no amount you put into it, you are going to get your money back. But you must be on ground. If you won't be on ground, it's better you don't go into it. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not ready to be on ground, don't go into it. But it's very lucrative.
So what's the cost of constructing a pen for the cattle and then the goats? Or do you just leave them at your backyard?
No, because they don't want cold. If you look at, we try to cover, it's like an enclosure. They need heat during the cold, otherwise they will be having this run catarrh from their nose, or they will be coughing and they will be doing some other things. So that's why we have to make it very, if you watch it, we've covered all, so that cold, this place will be warm as much as possible for them. And at times we bought charcoal. We can also make like a bonfire for them to generate heat. So that's the only way to make them do well during the rainy season. This is when we really face the challenge of them going sick. So, and about the cost that you've mentioned, the cost of all this wood, you need wood, it has gone up. I cannot give you the exact value. It goes up, it fluctuates. But if you are starting small, it's better. There are some little boxes like shade that you do. Just put the animal into that so that it will save you money. It's only when you get to the commercial level that you have to do a proper housing for the animals. And there are some pen that you build is a raised platform. They do it, but if you don't have money, what works for me here is down. We use sharp sand and we cover the top so that they don't. Once it's very often they're out there, they can come in here or once it's raining, they come under the shade. So basically, if you really don't, if you're starting small, you don't need to spend much on infrastructure. I always tell people, if you go and do any beautiful structure and your animals are not well taken care of, you are going to lose them all. So as you grow, you have more experience, then you can produce all this sophisticated housing for them. But generally, you can just get even a room. If you have an empty room that you don't need, your goat will enjoy staying there during the rainy season. Any space that you have, you can just make a small shade for them. So it depends on what you have. If you have used wood or anything that you have in your environment, you can make use of them. On the farm, at times we have to cut wood and make the structures. I really don't spend money on structures. I don't believe structure makes a farm. But if you want, with time, if you want it to meet international standard, then you have to put all these things in place. But it's money.
How long before someone starts making profits in this business?
If you are thinking about profit from this business, it could come earlier than done or expected, but take your mind off making profit. Love the animals and profit, because for example, like they give birth twice every five months. Even the moment they give birth, if you see a good animal after 2 weeks or 3 weeks after giving birth, it's been mated again. So while it's nursing his baby, the pregnancy is growing. So on the day he's going to stop breastfeeding the young one, he gives birth again. So in a year they should give birth twice. So let us say in a year, the next year, people will come to you that they want to buy their offspring. So you are making money already, unless you don't want to sell. And that's the problem I find very difficult with most Nigerian farmers. Once they start a successful, they don't want to sell to anybody. No. They will just want to be there. This is my goal. I don't want to sell it. I want it to be 1 million. Other people that are starting, why are you not willing to sell to them? Most of the animals you see here, I'm delivering to people in Ijebu and Ilese. They are taking it out. Most of them are being sold. Some people bought sheep, some bought goats. They want to go and start, and I will ensure I deliver to them safely. So that's what I always do. So if anybody comes that wants to buy, I could sell. I will recommend those that you can buy. I know their history. I know their performance of their parents and grandparents. So I will tell you, you could get this, you could get that. So, but don't say you want to buy an animal, you just rush. All those animals from the north that they see, they are meat for slaughter. So if you buy such a goat, you have issues. Even now, there's the need for somebody to buy vaccinated goats. All my goats and sheep, they've been vaccinated. So it's better you buy such animals, you are sure they are not going to die once you feed them. Not that any disease will come since they have been vaccinated. So, and you also will continue with the vaccination. So you won't have any issues. But gone are the days when people just go. Now we are going into goat breeding. We are breeding the goats to what you want to see. If you look, there is a very big male they brought from Adeja for me. That's what I'm using to improve on the West African dwarf. Yes, let me just show you the male. It's different. I'm not using the West African dwarf as my male. And you can see all of his offspring there. This is the male. Yes. This male goat is from Adeja. If you look at the drumming here, just like you think even it's a Kalahari, but it's our local goat from Maiduguri area. So you see, if you look at the offspring, all these colored ones, there is offspring. So, but after a year, I'm going to remove it. If I don't want it to mate his own children so that we don't have inbreeding. So I'm going to introduce this year. I'm going to introduce a new male, and I will take this off. But now you see, we've improved on the West African dwarf. They are now taller, they are longer, they are bigger than what they used to do. They are normally very short, but this is this is the improvement we brought to the West African dwarf. They are now bigger, taller, and they have more meat because they are normally short. So we've used this Adeja goat to improve. This is the West African goat. This one goat. Yes, they're very short. Yes, but we've used this male, and this offspring is from this goat. So now we've used this male to improve on its own. So this young female is now bigger than the mom. Yes, that's what we are doing. That's the breeding.
You said you're going to take this one off.
Yes.
Are you going to sell it?
I'm going to sell if I see a buyer or I eat it myself. But I don't want it to be mating because its offsprings are getting bigger now, and there's the possibility that it's going to mate them. So it's better so that there will be no improvement. So I introduce another male. I've already ordered for it, and I'm also planning to get. I don't want a pure boa goat.
Why?
Yeah, because they are exotic. The care that you require is very, and at times is very high, and also they might be too big to cross this our West African dwarf. So you need an hybrid, a crossbreed. There are some boa goats that they've used West African dwarf to cross, so they have more meat yield. So those ones will improve and will give all this West African dwarf more meat yield also. But it's very expensive also. It's going to cost you roughly about 500 to 800,000 to get one.
To get one?
Yes. If you really want to improve on these breeds, but it's worth it. So basically, that's my next line. And why I'm very careful, I want to go to South Africa or Botswana myself to see what is going on, and I'm doing that this year so that I can get, even if I can pick one exotic breeds from them, I will bring it down here and I will give it proper care. Because now there are a lot of people on the Facebook, a lot of people on the net. They are 419. They will go and take. There's this guy in Abuja, what they call Abraham. He has one demonstration farm. They will use his picture. He's into Kalahari and Boago. They will use his picture of his farm, and they will use it to lure you that they are selling the goat for 50,000. If anybody tells you they are selling a Boa goat or Kalahari for 50,000, you know they are fraudsters. They are much on the internet. If you are looking for cheap things, you just pay. So it's better you get it from those that are into it, not going through a lot of. Don't look at the price in doing any business. If you're looking at the price of getting quality animals, then you'll be duped.
So, what's one advice you have to give a beginner or someone who is looking to starting something like this?
No, I've said it, and I will repeat myself. If you are a beginner, don't go for the exotic breed. Go for this West African dwarf or Sokoto Red. There's no Sokoto Red. This is Sokoto Red. Yeah.
This one?
Yes. I just got it as a young one. Sokoto Red. So you get them because they adapt easily. This one has now fully adapted. It just came in this, but with time, it will adapt. It just came in. That's why you look at it. Its movement is still slow. But this one, this male, is an improvement. It's given this from this one. It's from this male. It's a young male.
This one?
Yes. That male is about 4 or 5 months. That's the mother in that black West African dwarf. Yes. It's an improvement. You see that it has gained height, and you can easily sell that very fast. People have approached me that they want to buy, but I don't want to sell it to anybody that will slaughter. If you want to use it for your breeding program, then I can sell it to you. Such beginners can buy such. It's not expensive and they can easily adapt. So if you go and buy exotic breed, you just waste your money. But you start with 2 so that you start small and then you grow it. So that the moment you see them giving birth, you will discover that the passion will start to develop and you want to have more. But it's better you start small. Once you start small and you understand the business, then you have the will to buy more will come. But basically, you must have, because we don't have enough goats. We don't have enough vaccinated goats. So it's better everybody comes into it. Let's keep, even if people make order here, you won't believe this West African dwarf, they take the meat brought to the UK. They will do it like a pepper, and they will do it every time. I cannot even make their demand. Every week they will come, they want. They package it to the UK. I don't, because our meat is sweeter, everything about it is very good. Even this Argentina meat that people pay high cost for in the UK or in Germany, our meat is better than them. These are local goats, they are better. They are tastier. So I think it's a thing that we should all work on, because the petrol we are all fighting. With time now everything will go. This farming which we have been doing in the past, which we must go. Once you eat, every other thing is. I don't have problem of meat now. I don't eat meat any longer. But the issue of meat is no problem to me. That means I can take out of my goat. And at times, Even if you don't have money, you have some expenses, little challenges, you can take out of your goat to sell. You want to pay your children's school fees, you can work towards it through your goat to sell all those offspring and you sell it. So you really don't have problems. So it's a very good business to go into.
So thank you so much. And then you talked about mentoring, right?
Yeah.
The starters and training, whatever. So they can contact you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That service is free. From me, I'm ready to give free service.
Okay.
I'm ready to mentor people, provided they are ready to listen and carry out. Because some people, they will say you are their mentor, they will go, later they will think they know more than the mentor, then there will be issues.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you picked one or two things about what it really takes to start a livestock farming in Nigeria today. And if you stayed to this point, then you already know Mr. Tunde is open to mentoring serious-minded people for free. And I mean serious-minded people only. I'll leave his contact details in the description, so be sure to check it out. Let me know in the comments if this inspired you or you have any questions at all. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Bye.